Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have spent a lot of time with friends and family over the holidays. It's the end of the year, and around this time I like to give you guys my favorite films of the year, hands down. Let's get into it. Number 10, I decided to put The Creator down. Now this is a sci-fi film. It's directed by Gareth Edwards, John David Washington as our protagonist. Visually, there's nothing quite like it. I found myself very entertained with this film. I've always been a longtime fan of the Nike brand. Number 9 pick, Air. I went to see this in theaters one day this year when it came out. Great performances here. It's from Viola Davis to Jason Bateman, Matt Damon, of course, and Ben Affleck, who directs and starred in the film. I was very pleased and confident enough to put number 8, Dumb Money. Back in 2021, there was this big rift in the stock market scene where a young YouTuber, content creator, put a lot of his time and money into a tiny little stock, and for 1 week or so, it just took off like a rocket. He made a lot of enemies, but he also earned a lot of money too. I'm a longtime horror fan. I decided to put Evil Dead Rise. Not only because I'm a fan of the Evil Dead franchise, I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it for the horror fans. Pixar really brings its A game, and it did. Number 7 for me is Elemental. There are so many things to love about this film. What I love most about Pixar films is you root for every single character. You enjoy seeing them on screen for the first time. Only a $15 to $20 million budget. Godzilla Minus One is next up on my list, and I got to see this in 4DX theater, and it's basically when there are a lot of loud special effects going on and explosions, your seat shakes for that moment. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I thought it looked sensational. There is a very heartfelt story in the center of this. Next up on the list is Dream Scenario. Now, if you didn't get to see this one, it was in theaters for a few weeks. Starring Nicolas Cage. It's an A24 film. He's a professor, and all of a sudden one day, all these strangers are starting to see him in their dreams. This is a must-watch for a lot of adults. Whether or not you're a Nicolas Cage fan, I am personally. The plot itself is going to entice you or just have you scratching your head. Next up on the list is Alexander Payne's The Holdovers. Now this is a very special film, holiday season theme, about a professor played by Paul Giamatti. He has to stay behind and watch over some students over the Christmas holiday. In the audience, not only we get to know them, tug on your heartstrings a little bit. This film was really pulled it off. My number 2 pick, Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan's pitch perfect film, in my opinion. He sets the bar in terms of storytelling. Visually, it's out of this world. The sound design, oh man, he just keeps getting better and better. He's like Christopher Nolan's directing is like a fine wine. It gets better with age. He's so creative in every single department. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. He's one of those once in a generation directors. I think he's up there with Spielberg, Scorsese, Tarantino. He goes above and beyond to oversell a story, and critics and audiences alike eat it up. That's why it's my number 2 pick. A lot of hate and controversy surrounding my number 1 pick, and that is Andy Muschietti's The Flash. It came finally released after 2 years of delays, some reshoots. There's so much to love about this film. If you're a comic book fan, if you are a fan of The Flash, Michael Keaton's back once again as the 89 Batman, which is very, very awesome to see. Special effects and whatnot, yada yada yada. I look past that. I think this all the hard work and all the difficulties, this movie paid off dividendly, in my opinion. I gotta ask, I want to see your guys' list. What are your top picks 2023? Let me know in those comments. I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. More content on the way. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.